questions surfacing with the High School Athletic Association and lawmakers demanding more transparency.
Yeah, some lawmakers, they say that they want some more answers about this, and all of this coming after local schools like Carver and Warren Easton and McMain, they were forced to cancel seasons. Tonight, WDSU Investigates has obtained court records that show the LHSAA didn't even follow its own rules in a high-profile case involving Newman School.
Travis Mackel has the story.
From the bright lights of Friday night football games to baseball, basketball, volleyball, and soccer, prep sports dominate Louisiana's landscape. But now there is talk at the state capitol of change at the top.
I think we have to put more balance into the regulation of high school sports in Louisiana.
That's State Representative Jason Hughes, a ranking House Democrat, and he's taking aim at the LHSAA, the Louisiana High School Athletic Association, a private group that oversees prep sports in the state.
I think there needs to be a greater balance. The High School Athletic Association of Louisiana, unfortunately, has been a, insulated organization, really the king of their own castle, the king of their own kingdom.
Hughes' comments come as the LHSAA has come down hard on New Orleans area schools. Warren Easton, McMain, and Carver had seasons cut short or canceled by the LHSAA due to infractions. Easton, McMain, and Carver all had to forfeit football games last season due to ineligible players. And just this month, Carver got hit again, cutting its baseball season short for the same reason. State Senator Joe Bowie, whose Senate district includes Carver, telling WDSU Investigates, "I'm concerned with what I consider to be harsh penalties."
On the move, Newman down the lane, just to throw it home.
But maybe the harshest penalties handed down by the LHSAA recently came last winter. The High School Athletic Association suspending Newman School head basketball coach Randy Livingston for a year and stripping Newman of 3 years' worth of wins in boys basketball, claiming the Uptown school improperly recruited players. That happened on December 14th. But unlike the other schools punished in New Orleans, Newman and Livingston fought it and won, suing in Orleans Parish Civil Court, claiming the school was blindsided by the harsh LHSAA decision to vacate wins and suspend the head coach. Newman claiming it did not get the chance to go and address the findings against them. So in February, the coach and school were granted a preliminary injunction by Judge Monique Barriel.
Neither Newman nor Coach Livingston got an opportunity to refute the charges.
Under a court order, the wins were restored. Livingston, a former prep and LSU standout who played in the NBA, returned to the sidelines, and another championship was secured.
And guess what? He's coming back out.
But it's what was said at that January hearing inside civil court that now has lawmakers concerned, demanding to know if the LHSAA is overreaching and now asking, did other schools get due process and have the chance to address their accusers? WDSU Investigates has obtained the transcript when the LHSAA executive director, Eddie Bonine, testified in the Livingston case. On the stand, under oath, swearing to tell the truth. He was asked by Livingston's legal team about the LHSAA rule that gives schools the chance to challenge the findings against them before being sanctioned. The transcript says Livingston's lawyer asked, just to be clear, Rule 2.1.3 of the LHSAA handbook is specifically an opportunity to be heard, requiring the executive director or the executive committee to hear from the principal for allegedly committing violations, right? Bonine answered, yes, sir. Livingston's lawyer then asked, it's the school's due process hearing, right? Bonine replied, okay. Livingston's lawyer then asked, instead of having the hearing or opportunity for the principal to appear and be heard, you went straight to the second step and ruled on December 14th, days before Christmas, correct? Bonine answered, yes, sir. Livingston's lawyer then asked Bonine a few minutes later, you violated your own rules though, correct? Bonine answered, yes, sir. The coach's lawyer then asked, the rule that's having to do with process, and that rule is the one having to do with due process that's supposed to be afforded Isidore Newman, specifically its principal, correct? Bonine answered, yes, sir. The back and forth left Livingston's lawyer shocked after the hearing.
Mr. Bonine admitted, the director of the LHSAA, that there's no due process.
The whole situation now has lawmakers' attention.
Well, Travis, I think it raises a lot of questions, and I think now it's really going to put into question previous decisions by the LHSAA. And the key question is, did they get it right? And did other institutions get due process?
Definitely have concerns about that because if they've admitted to not following their own rules in the past, who's to say they've started following their own rules, and particularly since there is no oversight.
State Rep Candace Newell, whose House district includes Carver, is also quick to point out that Carver, Easton, and McMain are all public schools with majority black student bodies, while Newman is one of the most expensive private schools in the state with a majority white enrollment.
It does give a bad optic that those with the means succeed and those who don't have the means are just forgotten about or left by the wayside. And we definitely do not want that message going out to any of our students.
The LHSAA telling us that due to pending litigation, they're not commenting about this story. Now, as for the Livingston case, a hearing in that court matter took place last week where a judge ordered the LHSAA to turn over all material used in the investigation into Newman. She wants it, and she says she will look at it and then turn over whatever necessary to Livingston's defense team. A trial date for a permanent injunction in the Newman-Livingston case is set for November.